That looks like the same shot. Same shot. Same shot. These are boring. Hello, I'm Paul Fontanelli, and this is photographytv.com. Now in the intro, I joked about looking at some boring photos because they all kind of looked the same. And that's usually a result of not diversifying the types of shots that you get. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what it means to diversify your shots and get different perspectives and angles and show you some examples. And we're going to do that first by showing you what not to do by not diversifying. Second, we'll show you what it means to diversify. We'll give you some examples. And then third, we'll give you a reason why diversifying your shots is so important and a way that you can really create some great memories for you and your family through these diversified shots. So let's get started by looking at what not to do. Now, a really common example of where people lack diversification in their shots is at sporting events, because you can get really caught up in just capturing the action from the same angle, from the same location, and not diversifying your shot. So let's go ahead and show you some examples of not diversifying your shots. So here's a group of pictures that were taken at one of Ethan's baseball games. So you can see all of the images together on this one screen. And there are a few things to point out as to why this is an example of what not to do. Now, without pulling up each photo individually, you can see that they almost all look the same. Every picture is of Ethan up at bat at the baseball game, and they're almost all a slightly wide angle. Now, even though there are slight differences in each of these shots as to the specific action that's taking place, there really isn't any diversification to the types of shots. I didn't change angles very much. I didn't change my perspective from wide to tight or use any other way of making these shots different from each other. So as you can see, they're all pretty similar, which when you look at them all together, you get a pretty boring result in the end. So that's a quick example of what not to do. You can see all the same types of shots, not very interesting when you put them all together. So now let's go to the same baseball game and show you what happens when you do diversify the shots. Look now at that same summary view of the photographs, and you can already see that all the shots don't look the same. By diversifying the types of shots that are taken, we've now got different perspectives, some wide shots, some tight shots. We've got different things going on in the photos. Some of them are of the action, but some are in between the action, like candid shots. We also move to different places around the field, so our point of view changes. Those are just a few of the things that make this group of photos significantly more interesting. Now, even though this is a sporting event, you can see how it's obviously important to capture some action shots, but it's equally as important to look beyond the action to find other interesting photo opportunities. In fact, this shot of Ethan when he was catching was probably my favorite shot of the entire season, and it had nothing to do with the action on the field. I just happened to catch him looking over at me, and I got this great shot. Now let's use this photo of Ethan catching as a transition to the third section of the video, which is one of the benefits that you get by diversifying your shots. Now this is a photo book that I put together based on Ethan's baseball season, and I love putting photo books together for my family based on different events throughout the year, because a photo book is a great way to get it into physical format, to look through and share with other people. But imagine if you had a photo book like those first set of pictures that I showed you, where there was no diversification and every shot almost looked the same. That photo book would be extremely boring. But when you have a lot of different angles, perspectives, different types of shots, the photo book can be that much better. So I always print my photo books, in case you're wondering, from a place called Adorama Picks, because the quality of the pages of the prints is just absolutely incredible, really thick paper. So I'll put a link in the description below to Adorama Picks where you can print your own high quality photo books. But let's just thumb through this quickly and show you why this photo book is so much better as a result of diversifying the shots. So cover page obviously of Ethan, the catching shot. You can do a wide angle shot of some action. A few different shots here of Ethan out in the field, even in the dugout. Again, some action shots, but different angles, different perspectives. Again, diversifying the shots really creates that interest. Here's an action series, but again, putting a few different perspectives to it. Warming up at bat, on the base. Again, all different types of shots really creates interest throughout the photo book. Here's a series of him catching, a few different angles, different techniques. And obviously the handshake at the end of the game, and Ethan got the game ball for one of the games for the great work that he did. And then a little closing shot on the back. So I love putting photo books together. Again, just a great reason why diversifying the shots are so beneficial. It can create so much more interest as a takeaway for you and your family. So we showed you what not to do. Have the same type of shots from the same angle, the same perspective over and over, because that will get boring. And we showed you what to do in diversifying the shots. Find those different angles, find wide shots, tight shots, all different types of perspectives, because in the end, you're going to create more interesting photos that you can use and cherish in your own way, whether it's a photo book or just sharing it with others. Diversify your shots. You will improve your photos overall. So thanks for watching this video on photographytv.com. I highly encourage you, go visit photographytv.com to explore more videos and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on the new videos that are coming out. So thanks for watching, and get out there and diversify your shots.